Hey, everybody, it's Michael. We're on with Kevin Noll, a graduate of the Present Like a Pro class. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I thought it would be fun for us to reflect back on your time with the program to not only celebrate your amazing success, but also to talk a little bit about what people who are considering the course should be thinking about as they prepare to enroll. And I want to set the stage with everybody right at the top with what you do for a living, where you are in the standings at your company and that sort of thing. You joined for sales training, essentially. He also does some great work on the side as a hypnotist, which I am just fascinated by. But you make a pretty good living at a company called Aflac. Can you tell us about the company, what you do, where you stand with them?
Sure. Yeah, I'm a district manager, so I'm in charge of a team of 12 associates. I work with business owners and HR personnel in implementing Aflac as an employee benefit. Disability insurance, dental, vision, life insurance. Everybody knows the duck, but sadly, people don't know what it is that we do. Which, thank goodness, otherwise I'd be out of a job. Go out and educate people on what it's all about.
And you've always done well at this job. You most recently scored number 22 in a field of thousands, plural, who do what you do at Aflac, meaning your production level ranks 22 in the world. Yes?
Yes.
At Aflac. And you're winning all kinds of awards. You're in the President's
Club. Yes.
Every year. And your success is amazing. So you are a real success story, not only for Aflac, but for me. And because of that, I thought we would talk a little bit about the Present Like a Pro program, what you remember about it, what you got from it, what you didn't get from it, if there were any things that we fell short on, but just your honest reflection of how the program worked for you. Can you give us a couple, three things?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, you were very generous with your time. I like the fact that you didn't watch the meter. And that you have you genuinely care about your students. You want them to be successful. I would dare say you'd be the type of person to turn a student away that would not be a good fit. That would be a disruption. That would be flaky, flighty. I don't know. I think you would be the type to say, no, thank you. Come back later when it's good for you.
True confession. I turn away people all the time, but what I try to do is help them in another way.
Oh, I got you.
But you're absolutely right. If the course is not right for them, if not ready for it, if I don't think they can hang with it, if I don't think I can help them, I don't take their money. I don't want them with the rest of the group. It's the decent thing to do. I do try to help them in another way if I can. But that's a great observation on your part. I appreciate that very much.
Sure. Well, I was thinking, reflecting on what I learned, and there's three things that really stand out the most. One is just having that mindset, being focused on success, focused on your to-do list, and also focused on your not to-do list. That's something I never heard before. You taught me that.
Yeah.
And it's amazing if you sit and if you put a to-do list together and then you put a not to-do list. That not to-do list can be rather big, can be rather long.
Yeah.
And just to have laser focus on the activity at hand.
Well, it's so important for business salespeople, especially salespeople. They're like, oh, there's a squirrel, and we just go chase that squirrel. And it's something about salespeople in general. We're out in the field. There's nobody looking over our shoulder. That's why we have that job. We have that, oh, look at that squirrel temperament. And to be able to self-police and not be distracted can really improve our production.
Sure.
What it's all about at the end of the day. So bravo that the mindset piece really took root with you. I'm happy about that.
Yep. The second thing that really stood out was staging the sales call, that we're going to make a decision, that I'm going to give you enough information today that by the time we're done speaking, you'll be able to make a good decision.
Yeah. Wow.
brilliant line. It's simple. It's easy. It's not manipulative.
Yeah.
With my hypnotic training, it really speaks true. Even NLP, when you tell somebody an outcome, and then you're looking them in the eye and you nod your head and you're smiling and they get it, it just sinks right in and it makes a difference. It really
Yeah.
does. It helps me sell. See, Michael, the reason I came to you, because you said, and I don't brag, but yeah, number 22 in the company. But there were some deals that were slipping away. There were some good people that I know needed what I offer, and they could afford it. They were qualified prospects. And rather than blame them, I blamed me.
Hmm.
I looked at myself and I'm like, there's something wrong. There's something I'm not doing. I've always been the belief that if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's not your fault, it's the communicator's fault.
Yeah.
And I realized that my communication skills were broken, rusty, lazy perhaps,
Hmm.
and I needed something quick. Not quick because I was going to lose my job next week, but quick because,
Hardly.
yeah. In the sales world, you're only as good as your last quarter.
Well,
Trust.
that may be, but you've had a string of good quarters, baby. You know what I'm really touched by, Kevin, is most people don't know what Aflac really does. Aflac provides something called gap insurance for people that are otherwise either uninsurable or uninsured. Is that a fair way to say it?
Sure. Yeah.
So we're not just seeing, when a talented salesperson and communicator like Kevin goes out to talk to a group of employees and the deal slips away, they also remain uninsured.
Absolutely.
And that we can't stand for that. There's no reason for that to happen because you got waylaid by a meeting planner who didn't, follow instructions or didn't think enough of you, to make sure that this was important.
Exactly.
So this time efficiency of staging the decision, not necessarily the sale, but a decision. Salesperson's favorite word is yes. A salesperson's second favorite word is no. And I'm happy with either one. Maybe you are too. But when I spend 45 minutes or an hour with somebody and they have all the decision they need to make all the information they need to make a good decision, and they say to me, I'll have to think about it, I know that's not a genuine response. It's something else. And so by saying at the very beginning, like you're suggesting, I'm going to ask you for a decision at the end of our time together. Is that okay with you? Here's the hypnosis part, right? It's not
Yeah.
manipulative at all. It's not even a true power of suggestion. It's an agreement. It's way up front. There's a lot of light on this. Is that okay with you? They're not hypnotized at this point.
And if they don't have the power to say yes, I've already been in that situation
Yeah.
where they said, well, yeah, I'm the manager here, but really the owner would make that decision.
Yeah.
Well, then let's reschedule and have the appointment with the owner.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I have to convey my message to her, the manager, and hope that she conveys it in the right way to the boss. And the boss has the power to say yes or no. So yes, by saying that, you can figure out if the true decision maker is in the room with you.
Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
So I'm glad that you found these little micro time efficiencies because they really do add up to more sales, more insurance for other people.
Yep.
I don't want to cut you short on your list of great things about me.
There's something else I jotted down.
What else you got, baby?
Well, you taught me how to be more confident in taking myself more seriously as a sales professional, using tie downs and just, sort of like what we were just talking about anyway. But yes, that I'm on the same level as a C-level CEO,
Yeah.
that my time, my business demands as much respect. And for me to, stand with my head held high when I'm talking to somebody in that position.
I love it. So often in the speaking trade, whether you're in sales or keynote or whatever, a level of your success is determined by the other people you're working with, these people that are making decisions, both big and small.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in my business, I did a keynote last week where they arranged 10 tops in the room, and the room was sold out. They actually didn't have any empty seats, which meant that no matter where I stood in the room, 1/3 of the people in the room had their back to me. What do you think that does to my effectiveness?
And face the speaker. That's what I do in that situation.
Well, if you can get them to do it, but we've all been there where we said, hey, would you mind getting out of your chair and spinning it around? And you never get 100% compliance. So I'm already hampered just based on the seating arrangement of the room. And I remember you telling me early on in the 6-week Present Like a Pro course, you said that a lot of times you were shanghaied by the people who had actually invited you out to present, to do small group presentations at various companies, because they promised you 20 people, and when you got there were only 10. They promised you an hour, and when you got there you had to shave it down to 15 minutes, and other various things that would go wrong with the value proposition. So now you're driving all the way across town to ostensibly provide a really nice value to 20 people, but by the time the soup gets watered down, you can't even recognize the flavor anymore. And you're not doing what you did. You're not doing what you left the house to do.
Exactly.
And in the program, we call it harnessing the true value of your presentations. And you are absolutely right. It comes down to mindset, because if you don't take yourself seriously, the person that's invited you never will. And so we came up with a set of things, and hopefully you're still doing some of them, about insisting that you are going to have 20 people there for me, right? You are going to have, it's going to be a clean space with no noise. We don't want to be next to the laundry room at the office. And finally, you're not going to shave me on time, right? I'm going to have a full, because if they shave you on time, your entire sales presentation has to be condensed. And what usually suffers is the call to action at the end, your close.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you are a superstar in your industry. You were before I met you. And we've seeded more success for you, either at Aflac or through other opportunities. I'm just delighted. It's always a pleasure to be with you. I'm just so happy for you, man. You're such a good person.
Thank you. I don't know if I ever showed you. I took a ton of notes during our time together.
Wow.
Pages and pages and pages. My next step, and this is going to be a weekend project, because you taught us that the next step is I'm going to type all this into Word, so that way when I need to reference something, I can, if you're Garen, if that comes to mind, and I'm like, I remember him talking about Garen's, where is that? I don't have to keep flipping. I can just go to Word, Control F, and find it, and there it is.
Yes, that's right.
That's my weekend project, or I need a secretary for a week to type my notes.
Oh, you are so impressive. So Kevin, Noll from Aflac, everybody is a graduate of the Present Like a Pro online training course. I never believed that you should have to belong to an expensive trade association for years and years in order to be good at what you do. To some extent, I'm not sure I even believe in the 10,000 hours thing that Malcolm Gladwell made famous. It was somebody else's statistic, by the way. But I became convinced that when I was putting this course together that I could help almost anybody get really good at speaking in a 6-week period. We would do it through immersion training. We would do it through video training so that I'm actually watching you improve in real time and you're watching me demo the techniques. I think that's a big part of our success together, Kevin. And also this online content that's available to you through the membership site where you do self-study on your own, and then I anchor you in accountability several times a week. I just think it's a recipe for success for everybody. We've now graduated dozens of people from this program, and I'm just so delighted for your success. I really, really appreciate your testimonial today, and I hope we get to do some other things together.
That would be awesome. Well, thank you. You definitely helped improve my game, not only in business, but personal as well.
Oh, that means a lot. Thank you so much. Let's stay in touch, okay?
Will do. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks, Kevin.